JD Vance this past week decided that he was going to follow around Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as they did their rally tour, speaking to record-breaking crowds that we have not seen throughout this entire campaign by any party. And so JD Vance thought, oh, you know what? They're going to Wisconsin. I'm going to go to Wisconsin. They're in Michigan. I'm going to Michigan. It was all very creepy, but it culminated in the creepiest of events this past week when JD Vance's plane and Kamala Harris's Air Force Two plane were on the same tarmac in Wisconsin. JD Vance gets a bunch of reporters like, hey guys, come on over here. We're going to go harass the plane because Harris wasn't out there. So they kind of gathered around the plane. He took a group of a dozen white guys with him. It all looked very, very fake, very phony, but most importantly, it looked creepy as hell. And in fact, that's not just coming from me. That's actually coming from a Republican strategist. Republican strategist Doug Hay, in an interview with CNN recently, said of JD Vance's little excursion there, he said, I would warn the Trump campaign, even though, yes, you defeated Hillary Clinton in 2016, history is replete with male candidates overstepping their bounds against female candidates. And the backfire that can have, especially if you don't have a real plan or even if you do, it gets real creepy real quick if you make a mistake. And it's pretty obvious that what JD Vance did on that tarmac was a mistake. Because JD Vance wasn't going over there to the vice president's plane just to look at it because it may be my plane someday, as he said. No, he was going over there to try to intimidate her. That's what it was. This little punk-ass 39-year-old kid, and I shouldn't call him a kid, but I am because he's younger than me, so by God, you're a kid. Little punk walks over there with this swagger. He's got his entourage of 12 white dudes to intimidate her, to intimidate a woman. More importantly, to intimidate the vice president of the United States. JD, do you know that she could have given the word to the Secret Service and they could have hauled your ass to the ground like that? I mean, if she would have said the word, they could have done that because you were approaching in not just a creepy manner, but from the way it looked, kind of in a threatening manner. And they're allowed to do that, even if you're on the Republican ticket, even if you're a sitting member of the United States Senate. But all of that aside, this was not a good look for Vance. I don't know why he decided to do it. I don't know why he thought this would make him look cool or tough or pretty cool, awesome, right? Yeah, let's get her. No. There's not a single person in this country, as I usually say, that was on the fence that's like, well, I didn't know who to vote for, but when I saw JD Vance looking tough in front of an airplane, hell yeah, that's my guy. No. Nobody in this country said that. A lot of people said, that's weird, dude. That's creepy, stalker-like behavior, especially when you're already following them around the country. You're speaking to empty seats, by the way, and they're speaking to crowds of 30, 40, 50,000. But if I see it, that's one thing. When these Republican strategists, when they start calling it out as super creepy, then yeah, you know that Donald Trump has a very big problem. The donors are saying that JD Vance is creepy and weird and, he's dragging you down. There is not anybody outside of the Republican Party, and not even a ton of people in the Republican Party these days, that think that Vance was a good pick. And if he keeps doing crap like this, it might actually be his fault that Donald Trump loses. I mean, he may do more damage to the campaign than Trump himself. Either way, it doesn't matter because Trump's going to blame him anyway, but he may actually deserve the blame if this is the kind of crap he's going to pull. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.